The Ruins is a movie that I saw in theaters all the way back in 2008. If I remember correctly, it wasn't that good, and I left pretty disappointed, but that was 13 years ago, and I've watched a lot of crappy movies since then, so let's give it a fair shot and see how it holds up today. First, we meet our main cast, Jeff, Amy, Stacy, and Eric. They're all vacationing in Mexico and taking it easy by the pool when Amy loses an earring. She's freaking out about it and kinda making a scene when Mateus saves the day by finding them. He introduces himself and tells them he's there with his brother who went off into the jungle with a girl he just met, an archaeologist, to check out some ancient ruins. He hasn't returned, so Mateus is going to see if he's okay, and he invites his new friends to tag along, which they agree to. So, I hear ya. Yeah, there are just too many red flags here, but honestly, the chance to explore some long-lost ruins deep in the jungle? I'd go too. The next day, they all get ready to go. Mateus draws a map and leaves it with some of his friends, and they all board a bus and head into town. Once there, they take a taxi into the jungle, then they have to hike from there, so this place is far off the beaten path. Mateus finds his brother's Jeep, but it looks like it hasn't been used in quite a while, and, of course, no sign of his bro. As they follow along the trail, they see some creepy kids watching them from a distance. If that's not enough to make you turn around, the path was blocked, hidden with some plants. Another sign that they should have just went back to the resort. Well, they keep ignoring the signs and eventually come upon it. The ruins. An old pyramid covered in plants, but otherwise untouched by man for hundreds of years. Suddenly, a local comes riding in on a horse, yelling at them in a language that they don't understand. It took me a while to figure out why this guy looks so familiar, but I finally got it. He's in Men in Black. Yeah, it's Jose the alien coming across the border.
Eres muy feo, ¿no?
Anyway, Amy's taking pictures of them and they start yelling at her. But are they mad about them getting their picture taken? Or something else? This guy grabs the camera to try and give it to the Mayans, but they almost seem afraid of him now. They shoot him right there and everyone retreats up the pyramid as the Mayans surround it. Once on top, they find tents and supplies, but no signs of any people. This is until Mateus digs under the vines, where he finds his brother. Well, he's dead. They try all the stuff you would expect, ration out water, check for cell service, which none of them have, but then they hear a cell phone ringing down deep inside the pyramid. Hey, looks like they're in luck. Mateus goes down, but the rope breaks, causing him to plummet into the darkness. There's no way he's alive, right? Well, Stacy goes down to check on him, and sure enough he is, but his back's broken, and there's no way she can get him out alone. So they come up with a plan. They use some tent poles and jimmy together a backboard. This time, Stacy and Amy go down, load him up, and get him out. Now their plan is to just wait. They know that eventually someone will come looking for them, right? The next morning, Stacy wakes up, and there's a plant growing out of a cut in her knee. They look at Mateus, and he too is covered in these vines. They pull him out, and they hear that cell phone ringing again. Stacy and Amy go down, determined to find the phone that could save their lives. And, well, they find it, clutched in the hands of a dead girl. But the phone's busted. There's no way it could work. That's when they realize the ringing isn't coming from the phone, it's coming from the flowers. They take off like a bat out of hell with the plants closing in around them. It's close, but they make it out alive. Now they're really screwed. There's no hope of a phone call, the Mayans won't let them leave, and there's a man-eating plant all around them. How could it get any worse? Well, I'm glad you asked. Mateus is getting an infection, and in order to save his life, they have to cut off his legs. with nothing but a pocket knife. I'll spare you from witnessing that one. And it was all for nothing, because the plant kills him anyway.
Well, thank God we cut his legs off.
The next morning, they all wake up refreshed, feeling pretty good about the day and ready to... Nah, I'm just kidding. Stacy's gone nuts, and rightfully so, because the plants are still inside her. They managed to get a few of them out, and they think the job is done, but nope. She can't stand it anymore and decides to remove them herself. The guys try to stop her, and she accidentally kills her boyfriend. Oops. Once the plants take him, she begs Jeff to just kill her. And he does. A real Dr. Kevorkian here. They use all the blood and make it look like Amy is dead. Then, Jeff takes her body down to the Mayans as he makes a distraction, which ends up costing him his life. But Amy takes off and makes it all the way through the jungle back to the Jeep. Surprisingly, it fires up and she makes her getaway. But is she safe? Did the ruins ruin another hour and a half of my life? Well, actually, I think I kinda liked it the second time. When I saw it originally, I went in knowing nothing. I had images of some type of ancient creature lurking in the dark tunnels, or maybe a Mayan temple guard or something, and, well, it definitely wasn't that. I remember leaving the theater saying it was a plant monster, but now I don't mind that so much. In fact, it even had some redeeming qualities to it. I especially liked how it was able to mimic other sounds, like that ringing cell phone, for example. To be honest, the plant, although, yeah, it's the main villain, it only killed one person, Mateus. It was mostly the Mayans who were the bad guys, and they were just protecting the world from this plant monster. I will say, there are two scenes that I'll never forget for some reason. One is a part in the beginning when Jeff takes a jog on the beach. I always thought that was dumb. Who jogs on vacation? And another scene at the very end when Amy escapes in the Jeep. It was a stick shift, and I thought it's always a good idea to know how to drive stick. You know, in case a village of Mayans are chasing you down with bows and arrows. In the end, The Ruins is your standard horror movie from the time. Nothing special, nothing groundbreaking, but it gets the job done, and it's not as bad as I remembered. I give The Ruins 3 singing plant monsters out of 4.
Jeff used to play the trombone in high school.
What's wrong with that?